I know you gonna dig this.
Get funky with me.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Here I am high up in the hills in Beverly Hills. This is far up. This is Summit Drive. And I'm here doing a video about Sammy Davis Jr. And this video is going to be very special because I'm going to be visiting his grave, which is strictly off limits to the public. And I have permission to go in there into a private area at Forest Lawn, Glendale. So we're going to visit Sammy Davis Jr.'s grave, which is a grave that I've always wanted to visit and pay my respects, because who doesn't love Sammy Davis Jr., member of the Rat Pack? Come on, who doesn't love Sammy Davis Jr.? I'm standing in front of the house where he passed away, and when he passed away, there was hundreds of people outside of this house waiting. The media was outside of this house. People were whipping around Beverly Hills. Well, he's not going too fast. Usually they whip around these streets pretty fast. But when he passed away, there was so many people outside waiting. The media wanted to be the first, to get the story. And it happened right here at this house. So there's a house right there on your right. And I'll tell you a little bit about what I know. It was September of 1989, and Sammy Davis Jr. had been diagnosed with throat cancer. And he was given radiation treatment, and his last performance was at Harrah's in Lake Tahoe. And that was the night before his first radiation treatment. Then they thought they had the cancer under control. Then February of 1990, that's when it kind of got out of control. So they had a television special around that time, and there was a huge event Sammy Davis Jr. attended. It was 2.5 hours long. He get up and he did a little soft shoe, got a standing ovation. And then later that month, Sammy's health began to deteriorate. Sorry about that, I almost got hit by a car. I just had to make sure that that didn't happen. It's actually very quiet right now. But he entered Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, and then he returned home because he wanted to die at home surrounded by loved ones. So that was the 13th of March. The report said he weighed only 60 pounds when he passed away. I'm not sure if that's true. I can't confirm or deny that. And it was Wednesday, May 16th when he died. Right here in this home. It still stands to this day. I'm not sure who lives here now. I can't tell. I've been by it a couple times before, and I've never seen cars out front. He was 64 years old. Hundreds of people were lining these streets. Hundreds. Sammy was beloved. And of course, they dimmed the lights on the Vegas Strip for, I think, 10 minutes. And his funeral was actually open to the public. 400 tickets were given to those that got to Forest Lawn early. People started lining up at 6 a.m. And there are some reports that it was an open casket. Let me guess. Is that a Tesla? No, it's a Prius. A lot of Teslas and Prius up here. And a photographer took some pictures, and Shirley MacLaine called Frank Sinatra and told him. And then Frank Sinatra took care of that pretty fast because he was a beloved friend of Sammy. So those pictures were never published, thankfully. And then on the Friday, that's when his funeral was held, and 1,200 people jammed the church. And I've Got to Be Me was played on the loudspeaker. It was a 90-minute service. Jesse Jackson eulogized him. Frank Sinatra, Michael Jackson, Dean Martin, they were honorary pallbearers. Stevie Wonder was there. Billy Crystal, of course, who did the impression of him. Carol O'Connor, Robert Wagner, Angie Dickinson, Burt Reynolds, Ricardo Montalban, Gregory Hines, all in attendance at Sammy's funeral. Apparently he was buried with over $70,000 worth of jewelry. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what they say. So this is the house where Sammy Davis Jr. passed away, and it still stands. And now we're going to go visit his final resting place, which, as I've said, is very, very difficult. Well, almost impossible to get to. So let's go now. And I want to thank my friend Scott Michaels, dearly departed, because I got a lot of the information. When I do my research, I rely on Scott Michaels. All right, let's go visit Sammy. And one thing I want to mention is up here in the Beverly Hills, there's no parking signs, but, you know, if you're going to be quick, there are cameras everywhere. And I just watched back some of my footage, and there was which usually I don't do. I don't watch until I get back to wherever I am and check it out afterwards, because I don't need the time to watch it right after I film. But I just checked it out because I wanted to make sure about the sound and about the light behind the house. And there's a weird buzzing noise, and I don't know if it's interference from the cameras and security or what that is. It's very bizarre. But in the last clip there was a buzz. There might be one in this one too, that just comes and goes. And it's a brand new microphone, so you gotta wonder what's interfering with my sound. And I mean that in terms of technology. I'm not thinking that there's something otherworldly interfering with it, but there are cameras and things everywhere. So maybe that's what it was. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go visit Sammy now. Hopefully sound will be different there. Sammy Davis. Okay. Sammy Davis Jr. overcame prevailing racism to establish himself as an entertainment legend. He was a successful comedian, actor, dancer, singer, nominated for several Tonys, Emmys, Grammys. He was part of the Rat Pack with Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. He was known for films like Ocean's 11, Sergeant's 3, and being quite a hard partier. As his fame grew through the years, his refusal to appear in any clubs that practiced racial segregation led to the integration of several venues in Miami Beach and Las Vegas. Some of his most popular songs were I've Gotta Be Me and the number one hit, The Candyman. And that's my visit to Sammy Davis Jr., right behind me, buried next to his beloved wife. Thank you for watching. Rest in peace, Sammy Davis Jr., and the whole Davis family is buried here. Peace out.